Hello and welcome techies. I am Sambhav here. This is a assignment solution part for Order By Part 4. In the previous video, we have discussed about Order By with null values, Order By with where clause, execution order of Order By along with where statement. We have also seen some practical sessions and I have given you some assignment questions for you to practice. In case you have not watched my previous video on SQL, please go ahead and check them out. I will attach the link in the description for you. So in the previous video, we have talked about how to use order by with null values, where we have seen that the null values are used to represent the missing values or unknown data. We have also discussed that the null values are treated to be as the highest value in a column whenever the table is sorted based on a particular column, right? So that's why the null values will always be at the bottom if sorted in ascending order, and null values will be placed on the top if sorted in descending order. We have also discussed the syntax. You must be mindful about the keyword. It is nulls, the plural form, not the null, right? We have seen the two options, nulls first. All it does is it will place all the null values on the top, and nulls last will place all the null values at the bottom of the table. We have also seen all these questions. Then we talked about order by with where clause, right? Where we have discussed how to sort a table based on a particular column and apply condition, filter condition along with that. We have also discussed about the order by with where clause, the execution order. That means how the SQL engine executes this statement. So the first statement which SQL engine executes is from, then it is where, then it is select, and then finally it is order by, right? Now, in case you have any questions, please feel free to post your questions in the comment section. I'll definitely address your questions. Now, we have seen these are the 5 assignment questions. These are the 5 assignment questions. So order the customer order table in the ascending order of the gender and place all the null values on the top and so on. So let's solve this. So these are the 5 questions. This is customer order, my bad, customer order, right? In the previous video, by mistake, I mentioned it customer. So it was actually customer order. So let's look at this particular table, customer order, right? Now let me execute this. So this is the customer order table, which contains customer ID, customer name, gender, product category, product name, and so on and so forth. So the question says, please order the customer order table in the ascending order of the gender and place all the null values on the top. So let's do it. Select star from customer order, and then we will say where, because we have to filter the data only for the okay, there is no filtration, my bad, only for the customer order, right, based on their gender. So I will say order by gender. Now the moment I execute this, you will notice the data is sorted, but there is a small problem. Here the gender value is actually represented in different forms: capital F, female with F as capital, then M, male F. So this is actual sorting. We have already seen the order in which the character values are treated, where the missing value is treated to be as the smallest value and the null values is treated to be as the highest value. So we have already discussed in the previous video. In case you have not watched that, please go ahead and check them. Now here we want all the female values to be together and all the male values to be together, but here we are not able to see it. The reason is because these values are represented in different case, capital letter and then the small letter, right? So that is how the ordering is being treated by SQL. So capital letters are treated as smaller value than the lowercase values, right? So a small trick to fix this is we will convert the entire gender column in one particular case. So let it be upper of gender. So this will pull up all the gender values, all the female gender values together, right? So you see all the female gender values have come up together, right? And then it says place all the null values on the top. So all I need to do is I will say nulls first, because we have to place them on the top. And then I'll execute this query so that you can see the results. So now the null values has been placed on the top, right? Now let's go to the next question. The next question says, hey, can you please sort the demo null table in the descending order of the amount. Let's look at the demo null table. Select star from demo underscore null. Now let me execute this. So you see this is a demo null table. Now it says, can you please sort the demo null table in the descending order of the amount? So I will say select star from demo underscore null. My bad, sorry, demo underscore null, and then I'll say order by amount, right? Order by amount. And the question says descending. So we will say DESC and we will execute this query. Now, the moment we sort the data in the descending order of the amount, what will happen is the null values will appear on the top because the null values are treated to be as the highest value in that particular column. And it says keep all the null values on the top. So by default, we will get all the null values on the top. But if you want to use an option nulls, then you can say nulls first, right? This will keep, or this will move the null values on the top, which it is already is the default option, right? The third question says sort the film table in the ascending order of the length. So let me first pull up the film table, select star from film, right? And let me execute this piece of code. Yeah, so this is our data: film ID, title, description, release year, language ID, rental duration, rental rate, and so on and so forth. So it says sort the film table in the ascending order of the length of the movies. That means we need to sort the data based on length, whose rental duration is greater than 5 and rental rate is equal to 4.99. That means we have to apply a filter condition on rental duration column and rental rate column. So let's do that. So let's say select star from film, and then I will say where. So you know that where condition is specified before order by. Select star from film where rental duration, the rental duration is greater than 5. So I'll say greater than 5. So this is our rental duration. I only need the rental duration whose value is greater than 5. Let me do that. And rental rate, let me copy this. Rental rate is equal to 4.99, right? Rental rate is equal to 4.99. So let me execute this query and see if my table has been filtered out for the required data. Yes, of course, now it is returning only 128 rows. So you will see all these rental duration values are greater than 5, which is 6767, and the rental rate is 4.99, right? Now let's complete the question by sorting the data in the ascending order of the length. So I will say, hey, can you please order by the length column, order by length column, right? Order by length length. And now let me execute this. So now you will see the data will be filtered as well as sorted based on the length column. So you see the rental duration greater than 5, rental rate all values 4.99, and the length is sorted in the ascending order 46, 48, 51, and you see the gradually the length value will increase. So this is the smallest length 46, and if you keep scrolling down you will see the length value keeps increasing, right? Now we know that ascending is the default option, but if you want you can explicitly specify the option ASC, but it is not required. I'm just showing you that it can also be used. It will return the same result, no change in the result: rental duration, rental rate, and the length. And you see the value, the table is sorted based on the length column in the ascending order. That means the smallest length is on the top, right? Now let's go to the next question. It says sort the film table in the descending order of the length for all the movies whose rating starts with P. It is not states, it's or states or starts with P. Typo, I'm sorry. So this is only our film table, so no need to show the film table again. But here if you notice the rating column has got different value like PG, NC-17, PG-13, PG, R, and so on and so forth. So it says that you have to order the film table in the descending order of the length, but only for those movies whose rating starts with P. That means P, it could be PG. That means after the first alphabet P, it can be anything. So let's first perform the filter. Select star from film, and then I can say where rating like. So now we will use the like operator, and we will say, hey, start with P, and it can contain anything after P. Now let me execute and see if I'm getting my desired result. Select star, okay, my bad, I missed the keyword from to define the table name. Now once I execute where rating like P, it should be working. Where let me just look at the table once. Now the problem is operator does not exist. Now look, let me show you this. This is a tricky part. This is a tricky part. Now if you look at the film table and rating column specifically, it says the data type is MPPA rating. MPPA rating. It is not a character column. And when we are writing this, we are rating like this, we are trying to apply a regular expression, right, to filter out the data. It is not able to identify because of this data type. So what we'll have to do is we will convert this cast rating column. We'll convert the rating column as character column. So we'll say cast rating as varchar, and now it should work because we have fixed the issue, and I believe it should work. Yes, it did. It did. So you see, now I'm getting only those ratings which starts with P, which is PG-13 and PG, right? So I have also covered this in my previous section when we are talking about the order by. We were talking about in detail sorting or ordering based on character column. So in case you have not watched that video, please go ahead and check that out. So we are applying the same logic here. Since rating column is of a different data type, which is MPPA rating, we need to convert it to a character column so that the filtration operation can be performed. So now since we have got the desired or the filtered data, now we will sort the data. So we will say order by, now which column? Length column. Length, and we will say DESC because it is asking me to sort the data based on in the descending order. That means highest length value should be on the top and the lowest length value on the bottom. So the length value, this is the highest length 185, and you see the value gradually reduces to 184, 182, 180, 78, 176, and so on and so forth. So please be mindful about this, because here in order to filter the data we have typecasted. That means we have converted the data type of the rating column, right? Let's go to the next question. Sort the film table in the descending order of their amount, where amount is greater than 5 and staff ID is 1. So let's pick this table first. Select star from film, payment, my bad, payment. Now let me execute this query so that we can look at our table, right? So this is our table, which is film ID, customer ID, staff ID, rental ID, amount, payment date. Now the question says sort the payment table in the descending order of the amount. Okay, we will do that. Where amount is greater than 5 and staff ID is 1. So let me first filter the data, because we know that when we are executing or when we are trying to execute a query containing where and order by, the first my where statement will be executed, right? So let's filter the data out first. Select star from payment, and then I can say where amount greater than 5 and staff underscore ID is equal to 1. So you see there are different staff ID value like 2, 1. Actually there are only two values, 2 and 1. So we are only working on the staff ID 1. And then I've also applied a condition for on the amount column, which should be greater than 5. So let me just execute it and show you the result. Bingo, that's what we got. So you see, now we are getting all the values for the staff ID as 1. right? We have applied the filter condition and the amount is greater than 5, right? 5.99 and so on and so forth. Now, the question says, sort the film table in the descending order of the amount, right? So we will say order by amount, DESC, descending, right? Now, all I need to do is execute this piece of query to get a desired result. So you see, for all the staff ID 1, where the amount is greater than 5, and it is sorted in the descending order based on the amount. So highest amount value is 11.99, and slowly you see the value will decrease, which is 10.99, and if I keep scrolling down you will see 9.99 and so on and so forth. So this is a solution of all the 5 questions, right, from the previous video. So if you want to continue learning SQL or Python or data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, anything with me, please feel free to like and subscribe my channel. Also hit the bell icon to receive notifications for my upcoming videos. Thank you so much for your time and patience, and you have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.